Hello everybody, and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. For those of you that don't know, this is
Battle started.
Beyond All Reason, or BAR, as its acronym too. Um, yeah, so this is me, the Commissioner, and what I'm doing here is I'm playing on the front line in a very popular map that you might have seen played many a times on many other YouTube channels. This is a noob game, and I am indeed a noob. So I'm going to be making a lot of questionable plays, potentially a bunch of mistakes, and certainly not the most optimal way of play. So yeah, this game was. I'm just going to player view actually, just so we can kind of see from my team's perspective what we got over here. I mean, yeah, this game was pretty much immediately after season 2 has gone live. So I think there were some issues with maybe the servers and some of our team here. They start lagging quite severely during the game, and I think it's the same for the red as well, for the red team. Um, so yeah, that's something to watch out for. So what am I doing here? I'm making a bunch of scout units. My idea was I wanted to harass the opposition team quite early, right? I wanted to deny them even coming anywhere near these mexes, right? So I thought if I can go in there and put a little bit of hurt on them early, right, and kind of see as well, like who is me and Imhotep? It's Imhotep. Who do we have to play against? And as we can see, it's their yellow commander, Asamitika. Yeah, this is the second highest ranked player in their team. I mean, the way bar works is your primary red color is your highest rank in the red team, and your primary blue color is the highest rank in your team, right? And then it kind of goes down in order. So this is their highest, second highest skill rated player. We've got this guy here, Killer Henchman, right? He's yeah, he's not in the upper echelons of their team, right? So one of the things that I'm kind of poor at in bar is moving away from tunnel vision. Like, I don't always take into consideration, right, the information that's been presented to me. So had I really acknowledged that this isn't the strongest player in their team, I would have gotten a bunch of units together. Yeah, even like those scout units, and just sent them in there after Imhotep has sent his goons, right, up in there. Okay, he's grunts, which to be fair, have done a great amount of damage actually. That would have hurt the brown players' economy significantly. And if I had followed it up with a bunch of my units, right, there's about 6 of them I could have just sent in there before he built these LLTs, light laser towers. I could have done a bunch of damage to him. You know, uh, Something I need to get a lot better with, right? Because the thing with me is sometimes I focus too much with what I'm trying to build or what's going on in my base. I don't always see the bigger picture, right? And maybe that's something that will improve in time. So one of the things that we were aware of is these LLTs, right? Because of the vision that we're getting from my scout units, and I can see where their sort of kill range is. So I'm just keeping my units just outside of their kill box, and we're okay. They're trying to do a few run bys with these PvE pawns. For any of you who have played Total Annihilation back in the good old days, right? A game that I loved. Me and my brother, we used to play that game constantly. It's one of the best games we've ever played. And
Battle paused.
when we heard
Battle
about Bar,
started.
when I heard about Bar, I really wanted to check it out, and I was pleasantly surprised. Hence why I am playing it now. So let's have a look at another look at our wider team over here. So we've got a player in here. This is like the it's kind of like a tech slash eco position, if you want to call it that. This is meant to be like a tech slash support position as well. So as you can see, what he's doing is really good. He's sending some units up to the front lines to help us. I mean, he's already got some there already. Look, this missile truck. This is brilliant. Look, these guys, they can also provide us some anti-air as well. That's the purple ring of that you can see around the unit there. Right, that's really good. Zax, he's got the south sea lane. Yeah, he's not looking like he's going into the water, but maybe he just wants to kind of fortify his position and maybe eco up a little bit, right? And then support us in the sort of mid to late game. Our star player, he has taken C. Now, I hate the sea. Anything to do with the Navy, I cannot stand at all. I mean, I hate it with a passion, right? I hate it with an absolute passion. So for our best player to take the sea, that's really good. You don't always see that. But it looks like he's got the waters kind of uncontested. To be honest with you, I mean, he's got some yeah, he's got some ships down here. Wow, this guy, he's looking for a beating, isn't he? But he's done alright. I mean, he's crept up. He's thrown some D guns out there. He's done a bit of posturing, and now he's going away. Right? He's probably taken a few hits by these thugs. Right? And he thought, no, I don't want any piece of that. Now look at this artillery. Doing very well. And if we were to just take off player view and see what they got over here, it's these Wolverines. Now, if you notice, look, these are the units of their #1 player. So he's played in that sort of tech support position. Oh, something's gone boom. Okay, self-destructed. He wants to get to T2, so he wants to get some metal. Fair enough, right? But this guy, he's supporting the front, and to be honest, had it not been for these artillery vehicles, right, kind of keeping us at bay, I think the killer henchman would have met his demise a lot earlier. But a big shout out to Red. I'm not gonna say that name. A really interesting name there, but he's doing what a good leader does, right? He's going in there supporting the the lesser skilled player and making sure that he's got the sort of support he needs, so he can help kind of build up his skill level and learn the game as well, right? Otherwise, I mean, look at this composition. You've got Imhotep and his forces. You've got me sending in the missile trucks, right? I probably should have pushed with him, to be fair, right? I should have pushed with Imhotep over there. That probably would have given his bots the sort of cover that they needed. But I feel as though I could kind of damage this guy a bit. I think maybe if I micro these units a lot better, and maybe in my composition, had I had a few blitzes as well, some of those quick, fast assault units, I might have been able to overwhelm that commander a little bit more. But as you can see, right, we've kind of pushed them away from the traditional, center point that you would have found coming across the map over here, right? We've got the valuable 4.3, the 4.3 here. We've denied them the 4.3 there. Are they going to be able to build one over here? Maybe, maybe not. So even if we can't build one there, we're denying them the asset, right? Let's see what else they got. Look at this dude. Right, so he's got the South Sea. I mean, he's got it completely uncontested. A bit like Darking on our side, right? Our top player. This is kind of problematic because the thing with ships, right? I mean, if he gets to a much higher tier, he can create flagships, right? And they can really really cause a nuisance. They can start bombarding us from a very significant distance, and it's harder for us to really, well, especially from the straights here, it'll be really hard to have units that can do anything to a flagship, right? Especially if you're playing front line. So as you can see, Killer Henchman, he was actually quite low on HP. Maybe I should have pushed with more units there. Yeah. Hey, look, with the spectator view, you can see everything, right? And everyone's hindsight's 2020. I mean, their C player, he hasn't really tried to fortify anything. He's just given up the C, and yeah, he looks like he wants the eco, which is great, but maybe his colleagues can do with a bit more help. I mean, this guy's doing really well. He's certainly ecoing, right? Their air player's doing alright. If we were to compare that to our sort of, yeah, this is our eco position. Ah, my friend, he has given me, he's given the unit to me, but I think he sent it to Zax. So that's coming my way. Real, big shout out to Vars over here. So in Beyond All Reason, typically your eco player, he can get to tier 2 a lot quicker than anybody in the front line, right? So once he kind of stabilizes himself a little bit, he can start handing out tier 2 construction units to the other commanders in his team, right? And you would typically give him metal in return. I don't think I did, in all honesty, in this game, which is bad on me, right? I think if I were to just select a building or so of mine, yeah, my metal economy is really poor, and that kind of makes sense because I'm at front. I'm trying to just pump as many units out as I can to get there, but with the T2 construction bot coming in, I'm going to be able to create some advanced metal extractors, and they will give me pretty much, yeah, I think it's four times the 4 times what you can get from a tier one mechs. So that's going to be really good. Right, so they've been pinging some of my units over here. They clearly don't like the fact that I'm building up a significant composition. Yeah, so I saw them moving ahead. I'm wanting to meet them head on. I don't really want to give them any space to come forward, right? I'd rather protect Imhotep as well, right? Because I think he's probably going into tier 2, or maybe not. But I think he's probably, yeah. Look, he's pumping in resources into this agitator, and that's going to do really well for us. So as long as I can keep the red team at bay whilst that's getting built, oh, look at that, and now it's online, right? And we're already seeing that pay off for us, right? That agitator is going to give them problems. See, look again, my bad micro. I should have moved them. Yeah, so we've got the straights completely under control. Our air player's giving us a bit of an air wall as well, and that should stop any sort of bombers coming through here. Oh no! Oh, what are these? Amphibious tanks. Now this is not good. Our eco player is getting a licking. If UMed can get some D guns in there, yes. That's something, right? He hasn't gotten all of them, but he's made them think twice. They're still going to do a bit more damage, I reckon. Got a Hound out there, which is really good. I really like the Hound actually. It's one of my favourite units. I think, yeah, this Hound will clean it up, but damage is done, right? And look, in Beyond All Reason, one of the
battle started.
One of the sort of heavily weighted deciding factors on who will win is typically who has the best eco, right? If you can scale up the economy, that means you can
Battle
build
paused.
more and more units,
Battle
more
started.
expensive units, more better units,
Battle
right?
started.
And
Battle
if you
started.
can hurt your team's
Battle
economy,
paused. Battle
you're
started.
pretty much there winning the game, right? So our eco player's just taken a really big hit, a really big hit. In comparison, their eco player, I mean, look, he's got a city going on over here, right? He's got an entire sort of metropolis happening, okay? But look, my thing with ecoing, right? You know, you're ecoing, right? You're building an economy and things like this. But at some point, you're gonna have to do something to help your team up front. I mean, fair enough. Their front line is holding, right? It's holding. So I suppose there's no real need for the eco player to build some heavier units or anything like that and bring them up over to the front, you know. But we still have denied them these male extractors. I mean, even this one over here, we're not giving them any quarter, right? And that's hurting them. That's got to be hurting them, you know. And at some point, yeah, it's happening. We're gonna be getting our T2 male extractors over on those. Lord, such and such fist. This guy is a problem. Right, he's a problem. And these artillery units, they're just doing a great job. I mean, we've got some radar jammers over here, but if the units have vision, and the radar jammers aren't the they're not going to do much. Oh, Juno missile. Junos take out raiders and radar jammers and any sort of scout units you might have. But I was able to push some units forward and scare these artilleries. I mean, they're great for long range, but they've got nothing to protect themselves for up close and personal encounters, right? So he's moved them back, you know. Oh, look at this. So our air player was cooking, right? All that time he was cooking. Now it's time to you know return the favor. They attacked our eco, and now we're gonna give some payback in kind here. So what what you tend to see in Bar, that our airplay is doing fantastic. He's got fighters in the mix here, right? So those fighters are gonna stop their fighters from doing anything to the bombers, right? So excellent. Now, as I was saying, right? I mean, look at the state of this. I mean, even you just got to start feeling sorry for this guy at some point, right? I mean, look at his metropolis. It's dead. It's gone. If they can get this fusion reactor, that'll be big. That'll be really big. Yeah, as I was saying, look with Bar, what you tend to see is bombing runs, right? Bombing runs are really effective against the economy of the opposition, right? Especially if they neglected any anti-air. I mean, this guy, what has he really had? Nothing. Their air player, yes, he has some fighters, but he didn't really have a significant. Even the construction page just goes, and that's getting good use of a single fighter there. Now he's going to get taken down by. I think that was an excellent trade. Yeah, his air wall was nothing. He didn't have anything substantial to protect himself or his eco player, which really and truly that's his main job, right? It's not necessarily to protect the front, but to protect the eco guy, and he hasn't done that. Now, one of the things I'm a little bit worried about is this guy, this flagship. Now, this flagship's going to cause us a lot of headache. A lot of headache. Interesting. So look, this guy wanting to really eco up as quick as possible, and he wanted to get into a nuke, right? But the thing is, if we were to let's just select, you know, one of my units going to player view, right? Because of the bombing run, we were able to see that he's building a nuke, right? So we're well aware that this exists. We're going to get anti nukes up. And if we feel as though it's something that we need to worry about, we'll send in some some units specifically to take care of that nuke. And that kind of segues into the icons at bar. They're really helpful. Look, if you can scout the opposition, right, it will give you these icons on your radar, right? And that's really good once you learn what these icons are. You could tell at a quick glance what you should or should not be worried about. You know, that your enemies have. So look, our front looks significantly fortified with units. Not necessarily like full of static defense, although we do have some good static defense over here, right? In case that, you know, they get a little bit brave. Looks like Imhotep has spotted that they have a massive army uh, being lined up over here, and they clearly got some artillery, right? The fact that this plasma shot is hitting from that distance, they clearly have something waiting for us over there. Now they're trying to send in ticks, scout bots. They want to see what we've got, right? And they want to kind of draw our units' firepower against the ticks. Now, what do they have waiting for us? So they've got a few hounds, really good units. But look, we've got pit bulls, we've got rattlesnakes, we've got units coming in. Wow, they really do have a big army. Someone has been busy. But now that we've got vision on it, we're going to work, right? We're going in, we're clearing them out from a distance. I don't like the look of that. Yeah, look, they've turned off their view. Even though it looked like the shots were coming from there, that's all we really have sort of radar coverage on. But this flagship from this distance, look at the damage this thing can cause, right? He's just sending plasma rounds one after the other. Okay, that nice line that I had over here got completely decimated, right, from that one ship. That one ship is laying siege to all of our units, and he's eating us up. He's completely eating us up. And from mine and Imhotep's position, well, there's nothing really we can do to get him. You know, look, if we switch to player view, right, we can't see where exactly he is, and even if we could, none of our units can reach him, right? We can only send in other naval units, or some planes, maybe some gunships, some bombers, you know, to actually take him out. That's the only thing that you can really do to something like that. So yeah, this wall, I'm not a big fan of it, right? It's tier 1 wall, it's single file, right? It's you know, a heavy tank can get through this. Okay, you want to make at least 2 or 3 rows. If you really want to block this off, 2 or 3 rows of these tier 1s, you know, because that's going to be the first type of wall you got access to. And then you're going to have to build some tier 2 walls. I mean, it's never going to stop everything, but it's going to be enough to hold them at bay. Right, this guy is making a push, and he's got a really good composition now. He's got some bull tanks in here. Bull tanks, probably one of the strongest tier 2 tank of the Armada, or ARM, for your TA players. Really good tank. It's heavily armored, has really good firepower, rate of fire is good as well. I mean, as you can see, look, they're coming through and they're tearing things up, right? Yeah, not good for us. Not good for us. If I turn off my player view, I can see Zax. He's sending some Jaguars. Bulls are going to be taking on Jaguars any day of the week, right? You know, but he's doing the right thing. Jaguars are quick to get out of the lab. You know, as long as you've got units chopping away at the balls, you're going to be doing well. But this, probably one of the best unit in the game, the Shuriken. This is a Cortex airplane unit, or air unit. Now these guys honestly, like whether it's tier 1 or tier 2, even tier 3 units, right? These guys always do good work against the enemy units. You know, they're paralyzing planes, right? And you can build them on mass, and they just get so much value out of them. I mean, look, if they hadn't come in, those balls would have done so much more damage to this base. It might have even taken half of it out, to be honest with you. Right? So they did their bit. I mean, look at what that flagship has done. He's completely cleared out. I had so many units over here, right? And now hardly anything. They're worried about our tier 3, but that flagship's gonna, you know, he's gonna do the job here. I thought I'd be a little bit clever. I thought I'd send some spy units over there. Oh boy, this is going to be an encounter. The thing is, he just didn't have, you know, yellow, he just doesn't have a strong enough army, really, to take us on now. His greatest asset is Tissam Contingency's flagship. This doomsday machine, right? He's just clearing house. I mean, these guys are providing the vision, and he's just absolutely battering us. Okay, so red has taken over the that player, and he wants to nuke us. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I mean, my anti-nuke is what happened there? He nuked the sea. Interesting take. I mean, look, I'm a big fan of sticking anti-nuke somewhere in the front line, right? 99.9% of the time, when you build an anti-nuke, it's going to be at the base, right? So the bases are going to be nicely covered, apart from Zax here. This is worrying, but he might be lagging because everybody was lagging to some. Oh, he's taken over the guy that was here, maybe, or the guy that was here. Either way, look, yeah, he needs some anti-nuke. Yeah, build anti-nuke in the front line somewhere, because look, like this guy wants to do, right? He wants to knock out the front so they can send the units in. My anti-nuke is up. I've already got one in the stockpile. I'm close to a second. I feel alright. He's not going to be able to amass a nuclear arsenal that can take down this anti-nuke anytime soon. Darky. He's doing the same thing what their orange player's doing, you know, and look at that, he's got a whole set of targets. He probably can't see what's there. I mean, he kind of can, you know, he kind of can, but he can't at the same time. He doesn't know that he's already destroyed what was there, but he's still firing away, which isn't the best. If we were to go to player view, right, so what I've done, I snuck in this stealth tank over here. I was hoping, and I should have communicated this, I was hoping he'd send the flagship over here somewhere, and he can just, you know, bombard all of this and completely flatline them. You know, kind of like what they're doing to us, but better, because I could have just moved this unit around. You know, I could just send it here, there, everywhere, and get vision on things, right? But look, this gave us the opportunity to see what do they actually have over here, and you know, how much of it should we be worried about. This is what I mean about my. Look, he has tried to nuke. Interceptors coming in. Boom. Not happening. Now that's going to put him off. He's not going to try and nuke us again, or maybe he will, but it'll be a waste of time. It'll be a complete waste of time. That's ballsy. Instead of trying to send in a destruction. Okay, nice. Now we're getting that sort of bombardment that I was hoping for. Another flagship has come in, utilizing the vision that I've been able to provide with the stealth unit. I've got to move him out the way. I reckon he's going to get hurt, little guy. I mean, but look at the damage the flagship can do, right? Amazing. And because the North Sea is uncontested, I mean, blue, Darkin, he can make as many of them as he wants. you know, no one's gonna, nobody from Red's gonna go into the waters and contest him over there. So, you know, a bit like Orange on the South Sea. So one of the things you notice is he's not hitting everything with pinpoint accuracy, right? And that's intentional by the devs. Oof, shoot! No anti-nuke. Yeah, not good. Not good. Something like that would likely be followed up by an assault. Um, so he's got to be really careful there. He's got to be really careful there. Yeah, look, that flagship. He's clearly put his attention to this side of the map. Oof. What a beautiful bombing run. I mean, our air player is just fantastic. No doubt about it. He's upgraded the bombers. He's upgraded the bombers, right? And he's just battered that entire lane. Just absolutely hurting. But look, Red did have some tier 3 Shivas, look. So they're gonna do a good job holding the line for him. No doubt. Right? We've got some units moving in, but you know, our army isn't as strong as it would have been had their flagship not kind of laid the smackdown on us a little while ago. But the bombardment is still happening. This is what I mean, right? You get nuked, and then an army just rolls up. This is not good news, but look, air comes in to save the day again. He's got a whole bunch of shurikens over here, right? Some units are moving in. I believe these are the Jags. Yep, they're coming in. Hit him with some chain lightning, and yeah, this should be. These guys need to retreat. I mean, truthfully, this is going to be a really poor showing for them. They need to go back home, right, with the tail between their legs. All they can really do here is just nuke it, right? And they're just going to be nuking nothing. If we need to, we'll just leave that as barren land, you know, a demilitarized zone. I mean, Zax also has the eco position now as well, so yeah, clearly someone's tried to nuke him. He's going to intercept, brilliant. And look, he's now in he's into the world of advanced fusion reactors, AFUS, as it's belovedly named in the world of Beyond All Reason. This is going to create exponential scaling. With these, look, he's able to now create these advanced energy converters, right? Take 600 energy, and they give you just over 10 metal. Brilliant. Metal is the most scarce resource in any map, right? Bar certain maps which are full on metal. So at some point, you need to have enough energy to convert that into metal. Look at this push. Pointless. The guy didn't learn his lesson. I mean, what did he think would have happened to those shurikens? He didn't even destroy hardly any of them. On this end, they're tier 3s, the Shivas, they're coming in. The thing is, I think we're going to be alright. Look, we've got some bulwarks. These are really good, especially for spam units. They can really take them out. I've created some long-range plasma cannons, LRPCs over here, right? The thinking was that, look, I really wanted to shoot into their base. That's what my idea was. I mean, this is a bad push. Look, they clumped up a bunch of units. They're stuck. They're completely stuck. They're not going anywhere. Yes, they're doing us some damage, no doubt about it, right? But we're going to recover. I mean, there's almost 30k worth of metal in wreckage over here. Okay, and this is all on our side. I mean, one of the things that we've demonstrated is that we can hold the straits, right? So this is going to all come to us. This is going to be ours, right? 35, yeah, 30. Let's just call it 30. I mean, this is more than enough for a tier 3 economy and a tier 3 units for us to build into. right? Me, as you can see, look, my eco isn't great. It's why I'm really trying to get some fusion reactors going, right? I can't get into the world of advanced fusion reactors because I just don't have the build power over here. And if I was better with my macro, I could have built some actually. I could have built some and started building some advanced. Oh, what's going on over here? Yeah, Marauder run. Looks like Darkin's had enough. You know, good hit. That was the advanced fusion going off, I believe. Yeah, now he's pushing forward into their eco play as well. This is not good for Red. This is not good for Red. I mean, Yellow's doing really well to hold, right? But he can't protect everything. The Marauder are in. Okay, they're going to be met by the Shivas. The Shivas are going to trade really well against the Marauders. He's going to go D-gun him, yeah. Okay, fair enough. But it shows that we can get units into their back line, right? And that's going to get them worried. Their top player goes down. Now to win in Beyond All Reason, you have to take out the enemy commanders. Up here, we still got 6 out of our 8, starting 8. They're down to 5, right? But I feel like the aggression, you know, favourable win is certainly with us. You know, we're pushing in. There's a lot more Marauders coming down. Yeah, the Shivas are tough against the Marauders, but you know, we're pecking away at them. And at some point, they're gonna have to give out. The flagship is still bombarding Yellow. If we take off player view, look at the state of this. Look at the state of this. I mean, Orange is massing an army down here, right? Oh, look at this. Okay, some demons are out. This is gonna do well, but they're known for their friendly fire. But they will stop the Marauder push. That's something that they will do, right? Yeah, they did well. They did well. But how long can they keep it at bay? He's massing an army here. You know, he's got a hard on just to come and claim this spot of land. You know, but good. Long as he's doing that and his flagship isn't hurting us, I'm alright with that. Right, these demons are going to clear up the Marauder, no doubt about it. In fact, that flagship, he's shooting in. He's shooting in. He's got the anti-nuke, but it's okay. We still have coverage. We're fine. But that flagship is a problem, and he's always been a problem. This is good play. He's got some bubble shields. I mean, shield deflects. Anyone was a Halo player in the day, right? You know bubble shield. That was my jam back in the day. Loved Halo. Was a big Halo player. Kind of sad to see the state it's in now. Hopefully it has a resurgence in the years to come, right? But yeah, look, you might hear me call these bubble shields from every now and again. So now I'm pushing in some units because I wanted to take those shields out, to be honest with you, because my LRPCs, they just can't get through. Even though I've got 2 of them, and now I'm creating these things called pinpointers. Now, you know I mentioned that when you shoot against radar dots, it's not 100% accurate, and the designers did that on purpose, because it's to, you know, strike some balance in the game, but also it forces you to kind of build these things called pinpointers. Now, from the videos I've seen from other YouTube players, right, that help kind of learn the game here and there, you know, shout out Brightworks, shout out to Winter Gaming and the others building up this community, right, is they say that it's free. You'd want to get 3 pinpointers built, and then it gives you something like 97, 98, 99% accuracy, right, with your shots against units or buildings. So with that, my LRPCs, they would have completely decimated that fusion reactor had these bubble shields not been there. you know. So good play by yellow. Good play by yellow. But he's bombarded. I mean, what are these guys going to really do? Look, they come out and the plasma shots are just deflected and falling on their heads. You know, it's they can't push. At some point, we will take claim of this quadrant here. You know, it's gonna happen. I really wish we could have ISO normal geothermal cells. Was not too bad. We can kind of leave it alone. Yes, Titans. These bad boys. Now this is Armada's biggest unit. It's his baddest unit, bar the commander, and he's gonna take out these Shivas nice and easy. That's what I like to see. These guys are gonna come in and they're just gonna clear house. Absolutely clear house. Yellow is the only one that looks like they can respond. He's got some gunships. Now they're gonna do really well. They're gonna do, and he's got quite a lot of gunships actually. Interesting. Oh, anti-air from the ships. Wow, really good, really good. Look, these gunships aren't gonna have the effect that I think Yellow was hoping for. You know, especially with the anti-air from the ships that we have. Well, they're gonna do enough. I mean, the Titan, he's going down. He's going down. There's enough tier 3 from red team. Look, he's got Razorbacks, he's got Demons, he's got Shivas, he's got, you know, tier 2 gunships up there as well. He's gonna take these guys down. He's gonna take these guys down. He's pushing with some of these, you know, crappy you know, raid bots, right? These sprinters. They're gonna do nothing to my balls, right? They're gonna do absolutely nothing to them. The only thing that's gonna do damage is this gunship, right? They're gonna do nothing to them. In fact, let's see the state of this guy. 231 kills. This is a killing machine. This is an efficient killer. That's what this thing is. But it looks like an army of hovercrafts. Imagine that. If a flagship dies to a bunch of hovercrafts, this is gonna be incredible. I don't think it's gonna happen. But it might. I mean, if you can get a surround, I mean, in Beyond All Reason, if you can flank your enemy, you do get a bonus. You get a damage buff. Right, so yeah, he's covered him. He's covered the flanks. Yeah, so he's finally. I mean, he's losing a percentage or two with every hit, right? So as long as they get a good coverage, he's going down. And that was our biggest obstacle. Another push. Killer henchman. Wow, he's been doing things. Oh, he's inherited. He's inherited a base. Okay, he's gonna send his push. The Pulsar, or the Annihilator. You know, for you TA heads out there. Annihilator is brilliant, one of my favourite sort of static defense that you can ever create. But you can't really do anything against a swarm of units. That's its only weakness. You know, it's the sort of it's sad to see it go down. It wants to take out heavy hitting units that want to come and attack you, right? It can't do swarms. The Bulwark, Cortex, you know, equivalent is great for swarms. This guy wants to push forward, right? He thinks he's going to get lucky, but we're used to this by now. We've got a load of gunships. So let's see. I mean, the Marauders are now aware that these guys are here. They will be able to damage the Marauders a fair bit and take him out. Yeah, okay, fair enough, they can take him out. But if these gunships awaken, it's game over. It's game over. I mean, this Starlight is there as well. You know, look, artillery units, they can only kind of shoot straight, so they've always got to be facing in the most optimal position. That was the sound of a juggernaut. The modern day Korokov. Now that's one scary unit. In fact, he's got another one. Blue has made it through to the back lines. He's found some fusion reactors. This guy has really he's even trapped one of his units in there. Titan comes in. A Titan, as good as it is, he's not going to be able to stand up against a Korogov, let alone two of them, right? If we can get some units in the back, and if we can pop one of these, it should knock it all out. There should be a chain reaction, and this guy is as good as gone. I mean, if you look here, look, we've got more units on the way. This guy's going to go down. More are on the way. I don't know what this guy's planning on doing. I mean, he's kind of hiding there. These guys need to go back to the fusion. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Shout out to Darking. I mean, this guy has been controlling the entire side of the map single-handedly. Whilst he's doing that, we're making a push down here. So I've got my balls in there. You know, I'm supporting my my comrades' Jaguar tanks, leaving Zax. Ooh. Now, to call that a chain reaction, the fusion reactors went off, and the commander got his he just got exterminated by the chain reaction there. But look at these jugs. I mean, they're still alive. He's clearly going in for the D gun. Great D gun, but ain't gonna last long, mate. As I've selected one of the red team, I can see, look, they've got 3 commanders left. We've got 5. And I don't think any of our commanders are in any danger, to be completely honest with you. They've got nothing that they can hurt us with. All they really have are these 3 jugs, and they're gonna go down eventually. We're just gonna overwhelm them. Look, our composition is coming down over here. We're going to take out this little eco spot here. Their C player isn't going to be worth a damn. This jug, I mean, look at this guy. Nothing can kill it. I mean, he's been down on 16% health all this time. Yeah, our air player has done so well. So well this game. So many times he has come in to save our skin. He's really hurt the red team. The eco when it was needed, right? They hit us, and he'd go straight in, and he'd hit them even harder, right? You know, and that should really have explained something to the red team at that point, right? Yeah, if you're gonna hit us, you better make sure you don't miss. You know, because our air player would come in with a bombing run, or just send a whole bunch of gunships and give you hell. But I've got to say, look, our team, blue team, did really well. If you go back to the video and you just observe the chat, right, you notice that the team was really supportive. I mean, this is a noob game. I'm a noob. I'm terrible at the game. I'm trying to learn it, and our team was nothing but supportive to each other. The red team, not as supportive as they could have been. I mean,
battle ended.
We look at Darkin. Look, he's done everything here. He has literally done everything. I've made it onto the scoreboards, but for all the wrong reasons. But honestly, in my defense, I think that's due to my LRPCs, right? I think they just kind of bounced off these shields and laid the hurt to our own units there. Yeah, as I was saying, I mean, look, you know, sometimes players get frustrated, right? But it's a noob game. Not everyone's going to perform the way you perhaps want them to perform, right? But they're learning, okay? And I know that Bar has a little bit of a you know, tint to its reputation because of like certain toxic players, right? But I think it's getting better. I know from what I've seen from other videos, the devs really want to improve on that, okay? And having someone like these higher ranked players like Darkin and I'm not gonna repeat the the primary red color player, but they were really good. Like, they were trying to support the lesser skilled players, and do that. You know, let's build a good community over here. And yeah, and this is one of the games that I think I did somewhat alright in. You know, please leave the video a like. Let me know what I can do to improve, how I should switch up the game. Was it a good idea to put those LRPCs at the front? Do you think they were useful? or not? What could I have done to make things better? Could I have supported the team a lot more? And yeah, I shall catch you on the next one. See ya.